This is Fahad al-Shahri. Our book is Traveler number 2. Our module for today is module 3. Lesson D, we have vocab, grammar, speaking, on page 40, 41. These are our objectives or goals for today. So the first one, identify some jobs names. Some jobs name, like doctor, teacher, and others. Number 2, sequencing past actions and events. Sequencing, that means putting things in order, like number 1, number 2, number 3, and etc. Firstly, we have vocabulary. We have 3 types of vocabulary for today. The first one, it's about emergency services. The second one, it's about media. The third one, it's about construction. Emergency is something unexpected, something that happened right now, and we have to deal with it, to fix it, deal with it. So we don't have much time to deal with the emergency. We have to do it right now. We have paramedic, lifeguard, rescue squad. For the media, it's like TV, radio, and etc. We have journalist, news reader, cameraman. For the construction, it's to build things like houses and buildings. We have builder, painter, plumber. And we will take all of these vocab and words one by one. So for the emergency services, we have paramedic. What is the meaning of paramedic? As you can see from the pictures, a person who is trained to do medical work like the doctor and nurse, especially in an emergency, as I told you before, something or situation unexpected. But who is not a doctor or a nurse? He's not a doctor or a nurse. He just deal with emergency situation. Number 2, lifeguard. What is the meaning of lifeguard? As you can see from the pictures here, a person on a beach outside, so it's outdoor, and swimming pool, which is indoor. Something, mostly it comes closed. Some of the swimming pool, it comes outdoor. Whose job is to make sure that the swimmers are safe. The people who are going to the beach or to swim or the swimming pool, he is responsible about them and save them if they are in danger. So if something bad happen, he has to help, or she has to help them. Number 3, rescue squad. Rescue squad. As you can see from the pictures, it's an organization that helps people when they have any issue. So an organization which engages in the search for lost person, rescue of persons who are trapped or who are in need. Anyone who wants or who in need, they will help him or her or them. Drowned persons also, or any other rescue related activity. So it's like a variety rescue, not just for one case, for many cases. Now we'll move to the media. To the media. Journalist, a person who works in journalism to report the news. They may work for a newspaper. So they may work for a newspaper, a radio or TV program. There are different kinds, like reporter, interviewer, like here in this picture, and broadcaster, like him, broadcaster who broadcasts on radio. So we have many types for the journalist. Newsreader. Newsreader, as you can see, he's the person who reads the news on the radio or on television or TV. So it could be on TV or radio at the same time. Cameraman, a man who operates a camera for television or filmmaking. So he holds the camera and he works for TV or filmmaking. Construction. The first one, it's builder. This is the third type. This is our third type, builder. A person whose job is to build things or repair houses and other buildings. As you can see here, he is using the bricks, these, to build, maybe it's like a wall or a house, we don't know, but he is a builder. Painter. As you can see here in the picture, a person who paints walls like this. These are walls. Doors like this, and some other parts of buildings, Plumber, a person whose job is to connect and repair things such as water, like this, you can see it here from the picture. So he's dealing with like baths, toilets, and etc. Now we will move to the grammar. Today we have past perfect simple. Our grammar for today is past perfect simple. Have a minute to look at the grammar on page 41. Just take a look at it and then we will talk about it. Look at this picture, or look at this sentence, sorry. When I arrived home, my sister had cooked. So we have here two actions. The first one, he arrived home. The second one, his sister had cooked. This is what is about the past perfect simple. It's about two actions. One before the other, one. One before the other, one. So we use past perfect simple for the first action. As you can see here, the first action was when his sister had cooked. The second action, when he arrived home. Because he already, like when he arrived home, she is already had cooked. So the past perfect simple, it's about two actions. One before the other one. Look at this one, this sentence. We have two actions. I ate breakfast and you arrived. So the first action was at 7:30 and the second action was 9. And as I told you before, the first action should use the past perfect simple. The second one, just use the past simple. When you arrived, I had already eaten. So we use for this one, the second action, we just use the past simple. For the second one, which is the first action, we use the past perfect simple. Look at this one, past perfect simple. When we arrived at the cinema, the film had already started. So also we have two actions. One, we used the past perfect simple for it. The other one, we just use the past simple. So when they already been there, the film already started. So we had to use the past perfect simple because this is the first action. On time, this is the first action and the past. And then they arrived. So we just here use the past simple with ed, with ed. Now, please open your books, page number 75. Page number 75. Take a look at this rule. Take a look at this one for about 1 minute. How to form the past perfect simple. Now we'll get to the rule. The affirmative. What is the meaning of affirmative? Affirmative, it's the opposite of negative. Negative like not or no. This one affirmative with no negative. So we start with the subject like I, he, she, it, we, you, they. After that, we have to use had. Then the P3 or the V3. So like this one, the past simple ed, we just use ed. This one we have the third verb. The second one for the negative, we just add the negative for had. We just add the negative for had. And then we use the V3. If it's regular like this one, we just use ed. If it's irregular, you can find them on page 77, page number 77. And questions, for yes/no questions, we just do like this to form the question. So we start with had, then the subject we want to ask about, then the V3, like worked, written, or etc. We use the past perfect simple for an action which took place before a specific point in time. So this is another usage, and this is the example for it. She had finished her homework by 8 o'clock. So before 8 o'clock, the action was already finished. We just use had and then the V3 for the verb. The second action is in the past. If we have two actions, as I told you before, the first one we have to use the past perfect simple, and for the second one we just use the past simple. These are the time expressions that we can use: already, ever, never, just, by, and etc. We can use it with the past perfect simple. For example, here, like by, we used by for the specific time, by 8 o'clock. Now go back to page number 41. Page 41. This page. Take a look at this for about 1 minute, and then we will talk about them. So for these sentences, for example, the first one, by the time I left, I had given up sweets altogether. So first he gave up the sweet and then he left. As you can see here, we use the past perfect symbol. The second one, Sam had sent a CV to the company before he got the job. So we have two actions. He sent the CV and he got the job. Which one is the first one? The first one is when he sent a CV. So we use the past perfect symbol. And for the other one, we just use the past symbol. The past symbol. Now, please fill in these spaces for the rule. You already had on page number 75. For the rule, we have to use had. After the subject, we have to use had. And then the past participle, or we can call it V3. The past participle. We use past perfect symbol for an action which had happened before another action. As I told you before, we have two actions. For the first one, we use the past perfect symbol. And for the second one, we just use the past. Now we will move to the question. We have this question, complete with the past symbol or the past perfect symbol of the verbs and brackets. So you have two rules, the past perfect symbol or past symbol, to fill in these spaces. Take a moment, try to answer this question to implement what you had before. I will give you some time to think and answer this question. These are the answers. Check your answers to see if they are right or not. For example, here, why we use did here? Because we just have one action. We have one action in the past, so we just use the past symbol. For the second one, for example, when I got there, they had closed for lunch. So they closed before he got there, before he reached there. I parked outside and went for a walk. Then I remembered something. I had left. So he had left that things, his wallet, before he remembered. And etc. The last part of our lesson today is speaking. Make a timeline events in your life. Like the one below, write the events on a piece of paper in random order and give them to your partner. So just make like some sentences in the past, and then you can organize them and put them in order by using the past simple perfect or the past simple. If something before the other one, you just use the past perfect simple. For example, like this one, in 2003, I got a bike. Like 2004, I finished school. In 2005, I went to the university. 2009, I got first job. You can make these sentences and then you put them in order. The first action or the first thing that happened, you can use the past perfect simple. For the second one, you just use the past simple. If we say like, I went to the university or the university and I finished school. So you can say here, I had finished school and then went to university. So all of them, they are in past. All of them, they are in past. But this one is before the other one. So we just use the past perfect simple with it, with using the rule which is had, and then the V3. Now let's get back to the answers here. Take 2 minutes to fill these spaces. Now let's get back to the rule to make a quick review. The past perfect simple, it's about two actions or one action happened before a specific time. For example, when I arrived home, my sister had cooked. So we have two actions. The past perfect simple always use the action, or the action one always use the past perfect simple. While the action number two, the things that happened later, in past simple, we just use ed or v3, which is in page, let me make sure about the page. It's in page 77. Open your books, page number 77, just to take a look at these irregular verbs. This page. So you have to memorize them. There is no other way to know the irregular verbs. You have to memorize them one by one. Any other verbs not in this list, you can just add ed. This is our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching me, and good luck.